Hi.
Hey Tanya, how you doing?
What's up? How are you?
Doing pretty good. So final season of Goliath, very very exciting. But I feel like the relationship between Billy and Brittany is definitely a complicated one. Would you say they even really know how they would define it, even heading into this season?
That's a good question. Probably not. I mean, they're like weirdly like dependent on each other in the way that like a mother and a son would be. And we both like switch roles a lot. Like he's often helping her when she needs help, and then she's giving him advice and giving him a hard time when he can't get out of something. She's like a surrogate mom to him sometimes, but also his daughter. It's complicated. It's really complicated. Like life, I guess.
Oh, no doubt about that. It's a great picture of life.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good way to put it. It's funny you mentioned that dependency because when we start out this season, there's quite a bit of distance between the two of them. So do you think is that difficult for Brittany, or is that maybe good for her a little bit in a way?
I think it's both. It's probably long term good for her, but maybe this is like the greatest love story she's ever lived. I mean, in terms of like love and friendship, love. I don't know if, and yet, you know, who knows? I think they're like cosmic, like souls that are like knew each other in a different lifetime. And if life would have worked out differently, they could be friends forever, and maybe they will be. But it's tough when you have somebody that has so many demons, and you're the only person that truly knows what they're made of deep down. That takes a toll on you. So I think Brittany in this year is starting to realize that in order for her to live her life, she needs to separate herself a little bit. And that's sad for her, definitely. So it's bittersweet.
That's deep. That's really
Yeah, it
deep.
sucks. It's hard.
And it's gonna be even harder because you mentioned like he's kind of like she's kind of like the go
Mm.
between Billy and his daughter. Of course, that's a rocky relationship. So would you say that's difficult for her, or do you feel like that she feels like that's something she needs to do for him?
Probably both. That's very astute. I think it's both. I think, like anything, there's like two sides to the coin. I think she feels like responsible for Billy's daughter, and she's kind of like the cool aunt that can like handle stuff, and she likes
The cool aunt.
being responsible for in ways that Billy can never be. But at the same time, that's a huge responsibility. That's a huge toll, and it's also not her job. And
Right.
yet she does it anyway. So I mean, we often do things that we think are right that hurt us in the long run, but they're meant for each other in a certain way. And I think one of the reasons they're both still alive is because they're in each other's life.
I would say that's about right. Yeah, especially for him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, Tanya, when we finally see Brittany this season, Billy's, I mean, he's really in the thick of it, right? And then Patty is as well. So without spoiling anything, of course, how far will she go to kind of help him out?
I mean, what they're doing, investigating these cases, is super dangerous. So I mean, like the line, the legal line is very tenuous. If you're a PI and you're uncovering a case, and the bad guys that you're trying to take down are like the biggest pharmaceutical company in the world, you know that like things can get kind of sticky. But she puts herself on the line for him. She always has from the beginning. So I think this season is really a lesson of like, is this how, what do I do for myself? Can I keep doing this? How dangerous is it going to get? And how far will you go for friendship?
No doubt about that. Really quickly, how much are you going to miss this show?
So much. Stop reminding me. I'm so sad. I feel like I'm breaking up with a boyfriend that I'm like still in love with.
Try not to make you cry, I swear. But
Yeah.
maybe you guys will. September 24th, this Friday, Amazon Prime Video. That's when it all comes to an end for Goliath. Tanya, thank you so much for joining me for today. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.